just want to say today a little bit about a special book that really taught a whole generation of programmers how to use the PC, and it's this one. This is the Peter Norton guide inside the IBM PC. This is my copy from 1983, before YouTube, before easy access to the internet and lots of technical information. This was how we learnt how the PC worked. Great book. Difficult to remember now just how exciting it was to find out all this information. Where is it? Peter Norton describes it as magic. He says, this is, you can see here in chapter 1, fitting your wizard's cap. The book is about magic, he says, the magic that can be done with on an IBM personal computer. Now, to many people, capable computer technicians have always formed an exotic brotherhood of wizards who knew how to make those marvellous machines dance and sing. With this book, you can fit yourself for a wizard's cap, and you could also get a disc that would accompany this with certain programs in. I never actually got that. I just studied the book. This was a wealth of information because it was really, really hard back before the internet, back before YouTube and just, online communication to get technical information. Let me tell you a little bit about what's in this. Oh, one of the things I like is, let me find this page. Yes, he talks about the amount of memory. I mean, it's sort of this idea that there's a tremendous amount of processing power. Talks about a whopping 640k is available for conventional memory usage. Now, whopping 640k, you've got more than that probably in your mobile phone. In fact, a mobile phone these days is a far, far more powerful computer than an IBM PC was in the early 80s. I had at the time an Olivetti M24. That was a PC, an IBM PC compatible, green text on a black background. I think when I bought it, I had one 512k diskette drive. I upgraded that to include a hard disk. Probably cost a couple £100 just to get I think it was a 10 megabyte hard disk. And I upgraded the memory to 512k, and I think I went to the full 640k later on, and that seemed to me amazing. I mean, amazingly powerful PC. What does this book teach you? Well, he starts off with the hardware story. He explains how the PC works, the brains behind the operation, the CPU, the other chips that are in a computer, memory parts 1 and 2. What is it? How is it used? What's an address? How the PC organizes memory. The registers, interrupts, the stack. I won't go through the whole lot, but then he talks about DOS, the operating system, how diskettes work, how video, and when I talk about video, we're talking about text screens, but nevertheless, there are 2 whole chapters all about video and the keyboard, how the keyboard works. Then there are some programs, a number of programs, some written in BASIC. Most of them are written in Pascal, in fact, few in assembly language. Pascal, no C, I don't think there's any C in here. Certainly Pascal is the main language. You can see that there are long listings, pages and pages of Pascal programs. I think this one is to gain access to your disks and directories. So that's how we learnt how to program the IBM PC, how it worked. It was a completely different world. You just didn't have instant access, and this was the great wizard's tome. I mean, it really, this idea of magic that Peter Norton goes on about, it really did seem like magic to us. It was just an unknown world, and this book revealed it to a whole generation of developers and programmers. Anyway, I'll have more to say on all sorts of other things about programming and the history of programming, so be sure to subscribe and I'll be back shortly with something else.